All right.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
There you go. Do you know what? It would be funny if we actually had even one person. This would be, it'd be super funny. Anyway, the reason why we're doing it on my channel and not the ABL main channel is just because it's not verified yet and it's getting verified by YouTube. And just today is just absolutely crazy. And I thought we can't do this. We can't do this.
This has got to be live.
It's got to be live, isn't it? So we just jumped in. I'm actually. I got into an early long. Which is
I saw that.
Stop loss. We can pull that up quickly. We can see if while we're on the stream that will get hit. I think I'm going to get it taken out quite early on this one. There you go. The idea was it's a hold. We got a really nice initial pump up, and then it hit the EMA and come all the way back down.
Yeah.
So we'll probably take an early loss on that one. But let's pull up and have a look at what else is going on in the market.
I mean, look at that gap at the top left of your chart. That's just like, that is absolute carnage. There is nothing there. There's just an empty air.
Yeah. So yesterday I was looking. Last night I was looking at the charts, and all I'm hearing is tariffs, and I'm like, oh, whatever. And then I opened up my phone, and like Solana is all the way down there, and I'm just like, only in crypto, because nobody else can't. The markets still weren't open, and
no, exactly.
Crypto was just really taking its. I do.
Well,
it's
not
really
not all of crypto. Let's be clear. Let's paint a brush across the whole of crypto. You know, this is
okay. Other than your meme coin community, the only crypto that actually did well was Michael's meme coin community. But
I'm telling you.
But let's go and have a look. So obviously, I'm gonna. Let me pull up. So what is Trump actually saying? So okay, it's not going on. So we'll have a look at euro dollar. Let's do some levels. While I do some of the levels here, Michael, do you want to just pull up a chart and just talk about what you think? And I'm just going to put some levels in here.
Sure. Let's share my screen.
Yeah.
So if you remember last week I said to you on the DXY, and I was like, I can see us still having a bit of strength on the dollar. And
you got that one right.
Look at that. And we've come straight into that area on this wick, and we've tapped into that nicely. We've taken this previous high here on this one. We've tapped into this one. So I can see us still having a bit more strength. I don't think it will go all the way necessarily. But you know, you look at it and you just think that looks, well, we're not at all-time highs actually. So we could still see further strength up here on this one. So there's still some further, scope to go. In fact, going back, we could even be going up to highs from the 2022 potentially.
Yeah.
So that January month candle just looks a bit out of place, but we've obviously got the whole of February to play that one out. So, obviously on the DXY, there's always more gaps on things like the daily and the hourly. If you go further down, you can only go down to the daily, but you do get more gaps. But once you get up to the monthly, it all kind of closes in on itself and it all kind of adjusts. So I reckon we could actually see, I mean, I said a double top, but actually looking at it, we could actually pump further. And the reason for that is that I still think the fundamental play is that Trump wants a weaker dollar. He wants a weaker dollar long term, but first of all, he wants to bring China to the negotiating table. And he's only going to be able to do that if he has a really, really strong dollar. So that's my kind of, if I was trying to read the mind of the businessman that is Trump, I'd be saying, look, I want a strong dollar. I've got scope to go further up, and then all my buddies, all my pals can then start selling it off like crazy. You know, you look at GU's got a nice opportunity potentially to push back up, but the pound as well just isn't looking very strong. If we go to gold, we've got all-time highs, but that one's not holding. Now, interestingly, I think gold may well continue going higher because everyone's thinking risk off this, because they're thinking, where the hell do I put my money right now? And until everyone can see how the likes of Canada, Mexico, EU, China, because he's even put tariffs on, he's put 10% tariff on China as well, apparently. So until we see what the retaliation is going to be and how this trade war is going to play out, I think everyone's just going to be de-risking and going to places like gold. So we can see obviously the dollar strength coming in here, but how long that's going to hold, I don't know. I think we're going to see more and more strength going into places like gold. Will be interesting to see how. Now that's interesting. So if you look at that, we've got the USD CHF. Now USD CHF, we have got levels here of liquidity, or the liquidity that I would expect to be taken out, and we've taken a bunch of them. We still have a few more up here now. As of now, today, it's what, 10 past 8 UK time. So London hasn't opened yet, but we haven't broken that high from the 13th of January. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out, because if it can't break that high, then that could then be people going into the Swiss franc to, as I say, to try and de-risk what they're seeing. The yen, we saw a lot of strength in the yen last week. The yen has now kind of started to range against the dollar, but against the pound, we're still seeing that weakness. We're still seeing it. We saw a bit of a pickup on Thursday, Friday, but look at that. It's just flown all the way down. So I can see us really seeing a lot more volatility in the market now, because everyone is going to want to know how's the EU going to respond? How's the UK right now have been spared in terms of any tariffs, but any tariffs elsewhere are going to have a ripple effect. So how's Mexico, how's Canada, how's China, how are all these reactions going to play out? Is this just a negotiating tactic, or is this how Trump wants to see the new world order? Who knows?
Indeed. Looking at some of the stuff that we've got on pounds. So the euro, obviously, you've got inflation news coming out. I think get taken out of that trade. There is this trade that is still in play that we've come broken up above this high. We're trickling up. We've come back down to this EMA, and I want to see that kind of price action to out this highs. Not too bothered about trading it up to fill into this gap. All I want is obviously just to take out this high here and hit the fib. That is what I'm looking for on the pound. To be honest, nobody knows what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna guess either, but we are coming into again a really nice macro level. So if we were going to see any type of strength now, it would be level. If we lose this level, I think then we're looking at taking. If we move down these levels, which is 2370, then I think we're in taking these lows as well and making then a new low. But this is still, if we're looking at supply and demand, this is a huge area of demand that we've come to. We've had our initial leg up. This is still a lower high, so we're still in a lower high territory. But if price is going to come down here and start basing out, maybe then we see, you know, that kind of price action. If it doesn't come up to here, and if it comes back down to there, swings these lows, take this out, comes back into the range, and then that type of that's also something that is pretty good. Through such a massive area of demand, this was the move that caused a 5% move. So I don't really, I'd be very surprised if we don't see at the moment, because we're right here after that gap. I'd be very surprised if we don't see any type of reaction here. Euro is, well, say no more. You know, Euro's just.
Yeah, I mean, the Euro news coming out shortly is going to be a really interesting one to see how that one comes out.
That's coming out at 12 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there's a trickle of it, but we've got PMI on CHF in 14 minutes, then we've got Italian PMI in half an hour, and then 5 minutes after we've got the French, and then 40 minutes we've got the Germans. So there's a trickle of it all day before we get the wider EU CPI. So there's a lot of news coming out today, and we've got USD PMI coming as well. So there is a lot to move the markets even without Trump and his tariffs. So there's going to be an interesting one. Let's not forget, Friday we've got an FP. So Friday, I mean, this week could be just absolute chaos for those of you who aren't necessarily careful with your trading. There could be a lot of stops being taken out because the markets are just going to react to every little bit of news, I think, while they try and see what plays out.
I really like what gold has done. Gold looks like it's going to push higher. We've had a push up, a retest into this level of demand, retest and found buyers. This is obviously a daily candle, so this still hasn't closed. So this can close at the end of the day. This can close looking like anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a push up on gold, a continuation above. Let's have a look at the EMAs as well. Like, it's still trending upwards. I've had my fair share of trying to sell gold when it's at an all-time high. So I think we should just bow down and just say, okay, if that's what he wants to do, then we're just gonna let it do it.
Just let it run. Let it run. It's interesting if you look at gold on the weekly. It's already dropped down. It's taken the majority of the body from last week. So this pump that we've had pull down could just now be the move that will be needed for us to go further higher. That's why I love looking at random time frames, because you're not structured within that week where you might see a big wick, whereas you might see a better structure on, say, the 3-day or the 4-day, where it kind of overlaps over the week or over the month. It just gives you a very different perspective on the charts that you won't necessarily see otherwise. And at the moment the weekly looks really nice, but then you look at others, there's certainly an argument to be said. The 4-day right now, for example, looks really strong for buys, I would say, on gold, and today is the final candle for that. So I think this week is going to be an interesting one. This week is going to be a really, really definitive week, I think, for how the rest of the year plays out as well, because everyone's going to want to see the reaction to what Trump has been saying over the weekend and what he's done. So the weekends are going to be, I think there's going to be a lot of analysts in a lot of the major banks all around the world watching the news very carefully on their weekends, because something tells me that there's going to be a lot of news coming out on the weekends, and then see how the markets react on a Monday.
Yeah, it's a shame that the only market that open is crypto. So it's like,
and crypto just gets pummeled.
Yeah, crypto's actually being pummeled.
Yeah.
S&P, looks like it's done a neat little failure pattern. It hasn't been able to get over these highs. We've now broken a little bit of structure. I wouldn't be surprised if we'd be looking to take out that lower level, and then obviously come into here. You never know, we could see some buying in there, unless price just wants to do something simple like that and go lower. I doubt it's going to go too low, because all we see is just anytime the S&P comes down, even recently or even around here, it was just so much buying coming in, and everybody was super bearish. We're also in a level of we've got a level of support here from the EMAs. So this is a level in general if we have a look here. So we will see what happens. Pound is pushing up a little bit on the 1 minute.
I'm trying to just check in now whether we have much pound news this week. We've got interest rate decision on Thursday for the pound.
Yeah.
And we've got PMI on Wednesday for the pound. So there's actually we've got S&P PMI today on the pound. So this week is just full of news.
It might be a good idea just to sit on our hands just a little bit. I think see if anything actually comes about. I think this pound position that I got, EU got stopped out. Pound is still pushing up nicely. Maybe I can show that. Looking for it to take out these highs. The same play that I had on EU, just on pound. EU's not moving, but pound has found a little bit of support. The exact same play. Just so let's see what happens. Happens with that one. What are your plays then? Are you just going to be sitting on your hands waiting to see what happens?
Do you know what? I'm tempted to, because there's going to be liquidity in the market, so I'm tempted to try and find an opportunity, but the big guys like pound, dollar, euro are just going to be, I just don't feel confident that there's a clear picture right now. I think the dollar could still show some more strength, but I'm looking at the moment on let me just show you on the strength scores, and look how strong the Canadian dollar is right now on the daily, and the Japanese yen is really, really weak. So I'm actually tempted just to go and have a look at CAD JPY and see what's happening there. On the daily, we've pulled back down, and look what we've pulled back down to. We've pulled right to there, almost by the pipette, I think. Yeah, look at that.
Really nice return to the like a mean reversion trade on CAD JPY on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute.
Yeah, I mean, look at that on the 15 minute even. You've got a nice engulfing candle there. So the actually, that's not a bad trade, because it looks decent, and we've got this gap to fill. So I might actually get in on that. Where's my CAD JPY? It's pulling away now, so I need to get in quick.
So don't forget you got 200 in. Yeah.
Let's load up my position sizer.
Does look good. that pound position looks like it's about to hit TP. That'll make up for the loss that we had on EU.
Yeah. So I'm in on that buy on CAD JPY. I'll see how that one plays out as we get closer to New York Open, because obviously we
Were you able to log into the Fivers the challenge account?
Yeah, I had to get the new password.
Oh, I've got to change. It's funny. I should go over to the guys here, but like I was trying to log in, I couldn't log in today. I was like we were already live on stream. Yeah, we're already live on stream, so it's not like I could go and get it sorted out. But
Yeah.
no, I don't know if there was a couple of issues over the. I think they had a couple of issues. Somebody logged in. I don't know what happened.
There was a bit of an issue over the weekend, but I think it's all sorted now. So yeah, I managed to get my new password for the MT5. So that's all good. But yeah.
What other news are we showing? Do you want to pull up maybe a news website or something that is showing some good?
Yeah.
I'll pull up. That's a really nice. One of my favorite types of setups is this. That 200 EMA, like the return to the mean type of trade. Same trade that we've got on pound that's literally about to take profit. That's beautiful. And
it looks clean, you know, and it's out of CAD, so it's out of the dollar, you know. So
you've got all
a bit of a pullback.
That is air, total air.
So we'll see how that one plays out. News-wise, so this is our news. So we've got CHF coming in a minute. Will be interesting to see how this trickle then plays out. So we've got all of the different countries from the euro, and then we've got the main euro coming in an hour and a half. So
baby,
there is a lot to play, and we've got the pound obviously as well with its own. So this is going to be an interesting one. In terms of my trade, just so I've got it on here.
Lovely trade.
I was in just about here. I'm putting my stops just here, and I'm probably going to be targeting somewhere around here. There's probably a 1 to 2, something like that, 2.6. So see how that one plays out. But that looks like a nice area to get in.
Yeah,
on the hour,
I see that. One of my the same type of setup. I think you're going to be into a real nice trade with that.
Yeah. So it's not going to get me out of drawdown, but it's a nice win to start the week. So if it plays out, so
yeah,
we'll see how that one goes through. But looking at the other pairs, I mean, the other one I'd look at is maybe CAD, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, less so, but just kind of staying out of the chaos of the US dollar and what they're doing. The CAD just looks good against JPY, so that's why I'm in on that one. But I'd have a look maybe at the pound New Zealand dollar or the CAD New Zealand dollar and just see how that is playing. Yeah, they see that one looks also pretty decent or a potential retest further up. Depends how this current 15-minute candle closes. It's taken this inside bar here, and now it's pulling down. So it actually might be a continuation further down.
This is how I like to open up my morning. A nice trade that has made us all the money back from last week's losses. That is what I just love opening them up on Monday like that. You can't beat it.
It's a good feeling. And you know what? That strength in the Canadian dollar, I think it's going to play out nicely again on this one as well. Look at that. You got an inside bar here, ready to be taken. I could see price coming further down to this area on CAD, New Zealand dollar CAD. I can see it coming down to retest these levels. that'd be a nice little trade as well. They're getting in on that at the moment. I'm not going to do it because I want to just keep it to the one trade, as we said. But
I think the trade that you've got is really nice. You just got to take profit as well on pound.
Yeah. So look at that one as well. This one again, pound New Zealand dollar. It looks like the New Zealand dollar is just very weak right now. So I could see us again coming up into this area here and retesting those highs that we've had, and potentially coming to here. That looks like a nice area for another opportunity. So this is what I'm saying. There's the markets are a bit of a bloodbath right now, but there's opportunities. That's
why I like those little moves, especially on the 1 minute from extended periods of price action. Those return to the average price type of trade. The one that you've got on CAD, I think that's a really nice trade. And
CAD JPY,
yeah, CAD JPY. I think that's a really nice trade.
Yeah,
EU coming back in as well. I think that's also a really nice trade back into the 200 EMA. I'm not going to get back into EU though, just because it's too all over the place and you've got massive news. But that's it. What are we talking about for crypto? Should we have do you want to throw us around a little bit of crypto? And see
BT. So look at this one, right? This is really interesting. 5 minute, I've got a zone marked out previously, which would have been probably on the 1 hour, and it's just come down to it, almost to 9, or it's just almost past 91, but hasn't quite. And it's obviously an area I've marked out for other reasons. It's dipped into this one before, and I think that's going to hold. I think that 89,000, I do think that's going to hold. But the problem you've got is you've got everyone in crypto. There's a lot of retailers. There's a lot of people just trying to make money, and it's so easy with crypto because it's more gamified, I think, than Forex and the other markets. So it's a lot easier to get people with a bit of money in their pocket to just throw stuff at it. I'm not saying that will move the market, but you've got those big whales in crypto who are going to try and gather up all of that liquidity that people are throwing into it. Mine is down at the moment, but I don't think that's going to stay down for long. It still looks really, really nice for buys. If you look at it, it's just a piece of art. This thing, it really is.
I love it.
I'm telling you, my friend, this is going to be, honestly, it's ready to fly, and the utility is about to be launched.
Some of the meme coins that I've got in my portfolio. I don't want to even bring them. I don't even want to bring them up in this stream.
Pepe's the safe for work option that you've got. But if we go to anything else, we might not get your account on YouTube verified.
Let's have a look at Pepe. What's Pepe looking like?
Pepe is suffering. Pepe is really suffering. Pepe has just been absolutely destroyed. But it's funny, I was looking online, and there's so many people kicking off about Trump. I mean, look at it. It's just a horrible chart. It just doesn't look like. I mean, it's just
everybody
way past
got rug pulled by the president of the United States of America.
And then his wife.
And then his wife. I got rug pulled by his wife.
Yeah.
I don't know which is called. We're getting rug pulled by Trump, I think. Definitely.
Yeah.
Then his wife.
These are interesting levels though for things like XRP. XRP came down to a really nice discount area. Sui. I'm still bullish on crypto. I still feel bullish. You look at all of these, Solana as well. It's come down to these low levels, and you're just getting great discount prices. ETH has come down a lot, practically to 2,000, not quite. But again, it hasn't broken that low there. It hasn't gone. And look at the wick. It's just gathering up all of that liquidity and saying, all right, let's just do a pump down and let's see what happens. The same on Bitcoin. None of it's broken. Look at that nice wick there on the 2-day. That 2-day wick is being retested. It's come down to this zone, and it'll keep on going up. I'm certain of it. Well, I'm as certain as I can be. As a trader that doesn't have any Bitcoin.
Do you know what? I'm so glad that I closed out the majority of my crypto before all of this. The only 2 coins that I have are now Solana and ETH. Solana's holding up relatively well.
Yeah.
I do have my stop, a spot stop at 140. So if it does come down to 140s, then I'm out. I'm taking my profit.
Yeah.
I think it's going to hold. ETH is struggling a little bit. ETH's been struggling for a minute now.
But remember, ETH is the one that supposedly Trump has been putting his money into. Apparently, he's been his whatever they're called, his organization for crypto. They're the ones that have been buying up a lot of ETH. So again, I just think that there are plays being made to manipulate the price to get their best possible entries.
Yeah,
I really do. Look at that wick 4 hour. Just that 4 hour wick on on ETH there. Look at that. That is just begging to be tested and then price to come back. So I would say ETH is going to come down to that level there. What's that? 2,449, and it's going to come down and it's going to retest this wick and then head on up. That's my view.
Do you know what? I could put on a bet. I think that I reckon it's going to fill in that wick and go down to around 200s. Not 200s. 200s around that area.
Yeah, that looks like a decent area actually.
Yeah,
because it is a big old wick, and you've got an area there. Look like on the 5 minute, you've got a nice inside bar there to take. On the 1 minute, the 1 minute looks decent. The 1 minute looks decent, and you've got this wick here as well. So this is an interesting zone to look out for, which is that low that I mentioned about the 4 hour.
Yeah,
it could also just come down to this area. So that's where I'm looking. If I was in on these, then that's where
that would be a nice place to start buying up some. I don't trade futures anymore on crypto, but to buy some spot, I'll be happy to buy spot in these areas. To be honest,
no, it looks really good. Solana as well looks really nice for buys. It's just a question of who's got the bottle, who's got the nerve to hold on, because the markets will chop you around, and it's just a question of whether you can hold on. My CAD JPY right now is pulling back, but I think that's still going to hold. Still a nice area here, so I'll go into a bit more drawdown, and then hopefully we'll see it push on up. So I can see us come in further down to here, and then hopefully we'll probably do something like this.
What's it look like on the 15 minute?
On the 15, that's our 15 minute there. So still looks nice. We've got lots of liquidity here as well. So there's plenty to be targeted up here, and the market's opened with such a drop that we've got a wickless top here. So I think we're looking good. So even potentially come up to this level here actually. So we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, we got one person. Harish has come into the channel.
Harish has found us. Oh no!
Wow! Look at that. Okay,
Harish, how did you find us, dude?
My man.
Harish is.
We're literally just talking about this right now, mate. Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. Solana, I'm still, like I said, my overall target on Solana, well, I would close out on everything, is 342. That's been my overall my overall goal is like that.
Mhm.
We're doing that kind of barcode type of price action.
Yeah.
All we just need is just that catalyst, and
Yeah.
that's it. Again, if we break down and we do start doing stuff like that, my stop is at 140. So my stop's here, and that will be me out of Solana until.
It does look that you've got a nice trend line there marked out there, though, which it seems to be
holding
for the time being.
Yeah.
So that looks like a nice one.
Yeah, if I put on the log chart.
So what's that? Your daily chart, is it?
Yeah, this is a daily chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still looks good. It's still holding up compared to a lot of
that's a
coins.
really nice trend line. It's been tapped a few times as well, so it looks strong.
We shall see.
Really nice. We will see. News hasn't done much, I don't think, to the market. Let's have a look. We didn't get much come in. CHF was lower than expected, so a worse score for CHF. So what's that done to dollar CHF? Pushed it up on the hourly, and it's pulled down now as the news came out. So again, a really interesting one.
JPY should be going up.
CAD JPY is it's retesting that area. If it breaks this 5 minute, I'm not so sure if it's going to hold. I really don't want it to go below that level. It's a massive push down, and these look like really nice levels, actually. Really nice levels. So hopefully it will hold. We'll see how it plays out on the 1 minute. Looks all right. It looks okay. Yeah. There's a nice trail of liquidity here. If you look at the liquidity trail, what I'm talking about is an inside bar here, an inside bar here. None of those have been taken. You've got a wickless candle there, another inside bar there, and a wickless candle there. There's that trail of liquidity for me is what I look for. And when you see
I wonder if you would be better trading on the 1 minute time frame.
Yeah, I could be, and I have done it. Don't like that.
It looks like it will take you out, but I reckon if you were trading on the 1 minute time frame, aiming at those like areas like that, I think you'd be pretty successful with it.
Yeah. It's just, to be honest with you, it's finding the pairs that will give you that setup, because if they're just ranging, it can be really hard to catch.
Like I said last week, me in a ranging market, I'm done. I'm a momentum trader. I need that extreme price action to then get those trades. So if I haven't got that and I'm in a range, last week on pound dollar, you were with me. I was getting absolutely smashed. Look at
the chart for pound dollar. It was a ranging market.
The ranging market. Just the ranging market. It just didn't do anything. But one trade this morning, and I've got all of those profits. Not all of them, but most of them.
That range there just killed you last week.
Whole
range there was a horrible range. But now we'll get the volatility this week. So it should be an interesting week. And my CAD is hopefully now doing a nice reaction. Let's take it back down to the 5 minute. We're still holding on.
Nice. Set and forget, baby. Set and forget.
Exactly. So it's come down to this area. So we'll see. Hopefully it will see it hold, and it might just go to break even. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it.
Don't mess with.
All right. Let me set my take profit, and I'm going to close it and just leave it and see what happens. Fingers crossed.
So that's
$30.
pretty much it.
It is.
We've just
Thanks
done
for tuning in,
live.
Harash.
We've just done
I've got Void as well.
Yeah, we just finished on this, to be honest, Void, but we are 100% set and forget. Yeah, baby. Ain't no way it's Mike himself. Of course it is.
Void, I did suggest something was coming, Void. So Void has found us.
We're going to be doing this. Now we've shown that the Alpha Beta Labs. We'll give you guys information on what the Alpha Beta Labs is. This is another project that we're doing with the Fivers. It's a secret project that is getting slowly released. But we're going to be doing the lives and stuff like market outlooks, a little bit of live trading on the Alpha Beta YouTube. It just has to get verified and some things that YouTube is sorting out. So that's why I've done it on here today. But that's it. Now you got the Fivers live streams for you guys if you guys want to pop over there. I think they're doing quite a long one, aren't they? They're doing it all day. They're doing streams all day now.
Good choice. A good choice of day to start that as well.
Definitely. So much volatility. The only thing is I don't want to overtrade. I think I'm done for the day. Seriously.
Well, this is my one trade. This is my one trade. CAD JPY. That's it. So we'll see how that plays out.
Okie dokie. That's it, guys. We'll see you in the next one, I guess.
Cheers, guys. Take care.